Accusing Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh of sexual assault.
Here's what he said yesterday about Dr. Christine Blasey Ford's recollection of the attack.
How did you get home? I don't remember. How'd you get there? I don't remember. Where is the place? I don't remember.
Now, as the FBI is investigating, things are heating up for senators who are set to decide Kavanaugh's fate, including Lindsey Graham.
I don't like what the president said last night. I'm the first person to say, I want to hear from Dr. Ford. I thought she was handled respectfully. I thought Kavanaugh was treated like crap. Yeah, well, boo yourself.
Majority Leader Senator Mitch McConnell so far says only senators will see the FBI report, despite calls from Democrats to release a redacted version to the public. In the midst of the Kavanaugh controversy and his confirmation, an Upstate church is publicly endorsing the president's Supreme Court nominee.
Mountain View Baptist Church in Spartanburg County is using its digital sign to let the world know that they stand with Kavanaugh. 7 News reporter Stephanie Borman spoke with that pastor, and she joins us now. Stephanie.
51 weeks out of the year, Mountain View Baptist Church uses their digital sign to promote church events and share religious messages. But Pastor Stephen Griffin tells me, with the support of the whole congregation, he's made an exception to share a political message that's hard to miss. In bold, red, white, and blue font, "Confirm Kavanaugh soon" reads this LED board. It's one of 3 political messages that's been flashing on the digital sign, owned and operated by Mountain View Baptist Church.
We just wanted to support him because we feel like, number one, he's innocent.
Do you think that churches should be taking a political stance?
Absolutely. I believe they should.
Pastor Stephen Griffith tells 7 News, just like the sign says, his congregation stands with the Supreme Court nominee and his family, despite the allegations of sexual assault brought against Judge Brett Kavanaugh.
We feel like he's being accused unjustly.
Griffith says we've heard both sides.
I want to quote Rachel Mitchell, who is the sex crimes prosecutor who questioned Dr. Ford. She would not bring criminal charges against Brett Kavanaugh.
And the pastor tells 7 News his church has made up their mind, and they didn't want to keep their support for the judge silent anymore. He feels those who worship here are expressing what many Americans are feeling about the Kavanaugh confirmation.
I just really was so upset and bothered by the vicious attack on this nomination.
However, the pastor tells 7 News that's not to say his church turns a blind eye to sexual assault.
We're totally opposed to that, completely opposed to it. Would never put our blessing on it.
And while the sign reads "Pray for Kavanaugh," Mountain View Baptist Church is praying for all involved.
Praying for the victims, praying for the women that have suffered such emotional and hurtful and painful trauma.
Yes, Stephanie, you don't often see a pastor taking such a public stance on a really heated political issue. Are there any repercussions here, whether from his own congregation or perhaps the tax-exempt status?
So I did ask him during our interview this morning if every single person in his congregation. He said just about everyone. So obviously there's no opposition there. As far as tax exemptions, Trump actually signed an executive order which allows church leaders and churches to take political stances, so they won't face any repercussions from the IRS.
All right, thank you for that report.